Hello and welcome to Drawing with Steffi. Today we are going to do that previously promised how to draw a lion body. And again, we're using Paint Tool Sai with a tablet. Just to know, I've had a couple people ask about this. When I say tablet, I mean a Wacom tablet. Most of the times when people say that they can't get it to work, I think they're trying to use one of those tablet PCs, one of the newer ones. Most of the time, I don't think Sai will work on those type of computers. You really need to have like an old style Toshiba Protege style computer tablet if you want it to work with that kind of computer. But in that case, those are kind of obsolete now. So Sai won't work on those newer tablets that people are getting, like the Surface Pro and whatnot. Alright, so let's get started. Like usual, I'm going to draw in a obnoxious color so you guys can see what I'm doing. One of the things you can do is do little thumbnails, which means just drawing small little ideas about the pose you want to do. You don't always have to sit right down and draw it from the get-go. Sometimes you need to noodle it out. You know, do you want it sitting? Do you want it standing? Do you want it standing from the front? And you just box out the pose. You know, do you want it jumping? And you just use little lines to represent where you want everything to go. And one of the neat things you can do is if you do a thumbnail with a digital program like Sai, you can then blow it up and make it bigger so you don't have to redraw it totally from scratch. But we're going to do a side view. So I'm going to start with the chest, and that's going to be another circle. I'm going to do a gesture line to kind of help me with where the spine is going to be. And kind of another square here. Lions kind of have a deep chest that kind of goes in towards the body. And it's fairly flat at the top. And of course, then there's the neck, and then their big old head. They're kind of top heavy, especially the males. And the mane comes all the way down here. And do another kind of rectangle here for the arm. There's the other arm, or leg. And then, of course, the back legs. And I always recommend using photographic or reference if you can get it. Because when you draw from somebody else's drawing, you're already drawing something that is taken away from the original. The idea of my tutorials mostly is to give you an idea on how other people draw, so you can get an idea of some steps you can take yourself when you design your own picture. So I'm using some more squares and rectangles here to fill out the body. And there's the elbow joint right about there, and the eye goes about here, and then the nose, of course the big old chin, and ears on the side there. Alright, so there's your basic picture. And his legs here are a little bit too short, so I'm going to bring them down a little bit more so they line up with his front feet. I'm going to reduce the opacity here so we can do our detail drawing and switch colors so you guys can see better. I like starting with the eyes a lot of the times. And from the side, especially if you're drawing a realistic lion, they're kind of small. They have a little bit of a jowl there. And then, of course, the big old poof of the chin. Of course, there's the jawline, but since this is a boy lion, you're not going to see most of that because the mane is going to cover it up. Do the lines for the whisker dots. I'm sure these things have an official name, I'm just not sure what it is. I'm being lazy and not looking it up. And I'm going to change his ears a little bit because I want his ears facing forward, not to the side. Some ear fluff in there. And of course we've got the fluff that comes around the ears there. And it comes around the side here. Again, it's kind of that layered effect. Comes around kind of rings. And add the poof on the top. And it goes down the back a little bit, and it kind of comes down this way. Now, all lions don't have the same type of mane. Some have thicker, some have thinner, depending upon how old they are. I'm going to give a little hint of the shoulder blade there. And it does come down around the belly a little bit. And the males have a little bit on the elbows. And most of the fur goes underneath the legs, and the mane really takes over the neck area. Draw the first leg, the other leg, and they have really big paws. And I'm kind of simplifying them here. And remember, the big cats still have retractable claws, so unless he's feeling rather aggressive or angry, I'm not going to see those. But you can draw the little line of where they hide in the toes. There we go. A little fluffy there. Bring that up around. And sometimes, you know, I don't like how the original sketch lines went, so I don't have to follow them exactly if you don't want to. You want it a little bit different. Sketch in the leg here. Again, nice big paws. Make this a little less severe of an angle. Oops. And the back legs don't have the little dew claw. A little bit of that elbow joint there. Get rid of the back sketch. Re-emphasize some of these areas here. Make sure he's nice and fluffy. And that is how you draw a lion. If you guys have any questions or suggestions for future tutorials, please feel free to leave a note here on YouTube, or you can send me an email at cybercatgraphics@yahoo.com. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.